Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sirajul Faisi. I welcome you in my YouTube channel. Today in this video, I am going to talk about systematic qualitative analysis. So let us start learning of systematic qualitative analysis. In the first positions, formations of precipitate, then change in color, then evolution of gas. Systematic analysis of an inorganic salt involved the following steps. First step, preliminary examination of solid salt and its solution. Second step, determination of anion by reactions carried out in solutions, weight test and conformity test, and then determinations of cation by reactions carried out in solution, weight test and conformity test. You know, my friend, preliminary examinations of a salt often furnishes important information which simplifies further course of analysis. Although these tests are not conclusive, but sometimes they give quite important clues for the presence of certain anion or cation. So you can see the aim of the experiments, like to detect one cation and one anion in the given salt from the following ions. So cation is Pb2 plus, copper 2 plus, arsenic 3 plus, aluminum 3 plus, Fe3 plus, Mn2 plus, nickel 2 plus, zinc 2 plus, cobalt 2 plus, and calcium 2 plus, strontium 2 plus, barium 2 plus, magnesium 2 plus, and ammonium. Anion carbonate, sulfide, SO3 2 minus, SO4 2 minus, NO2 minus, NO3 minus, Cl minus, Br minus, I minus, PO4 3 minus, C2O4 2 minus, and acetate ions. Insoluble salt to be excluded. So what is the theory behind it? Two basic principles of the great use in the analysis are the solubility product and the common ion effects. Solubility product and common ion effect. When ionic product of a salt exceeds its solubility product, precipitation takes place. Ionic product of salt is controlled by making use of common ion effect, which you will study, you have studied in the textbook of chemistry. So material required: boiling tube, test tubes, measuring cylinder, test tube stand, test tube holder, delivery tube, cords, filter paper, as per need. As per need, you need one as per need, and reagents and as per need. Reagent as per need. So step 1, preliminary test with the dilute sulfuric acid. You know, this is the good way to hold the test tube testing a gas. So in this test, the action of dilute sulfuric acid producing is given below. On the salt is noted at room temperature and onward. You know, this carbonate, sulfide, and nitrite and acetate react with dilute sulfuric acid to evolve different gases. Study of the characteristic of these gases evolved gives information about the anion. You can see here the observations and then inference. Observation, first observation, a colorless, odorless gas is evolved with brisk effervescence which turn lime water milky. So gas evolved, carbon dioxide and possible anion carbonate. Colorless gas with the smell of rotten eggs is evolved, which turns lead acetate paper black. So H2S and gas evolved H2S and possible anion sulfide. Colorless gas with a pungent smell like burning sulfur, which turns edified potassium dichromate solution green. The gas evolved sulfur dioxide and possible anion sulfide. Brown fumes which turn acidified potassium iodide solution containing a star solution blue. The gas evolved nitrogen dioxide and possible anion nitrite ion. Colorless vapors with a smell of vinegar vapors turn the blue litmus red. Acetate vapors and acetate CH3COO-. So my friends, conformity test for CO3 2- carbonate sulfide and SO3 2-, NO2- and acetate. Conformity tests for anion are performed by using water extract when salt is soluble in water and by using sodium carbonate extract when salt is insoluble in water. Conformation of carbonate is done by using aqueous solution of the salt or by using solid salt as such because sodium carbonate extract contains carbonate ion. Water extract is made by dissolving gas in water. Preparation of sodium carbonate extract is given. So you have the anion carbonate. So what you need to do? You need to take 0.1 gram of salt in a test tube. Add dilute sulfuric acid. Carbon dioxide gas is evolved with brisk effervescence which turns lime water milky. On passing the gas for some more time, a milkiness disappears. Sulfide S2-. Take 1 ml of water extract and make it alkaline by adding ammonium hydroxide or sodium carbonate extract. Add a drop of sodium nitrochloride solution. Purple or violet coloration appear. Sulfide SO3 2-. Take 1 ml of water extract or sodium carbonate extract in a test tube and add barium chloride solution. A white precipitate is formed which dissolve in dilute hydrochloric acid and sulfur dioxide gas is also evolved. So take the precipitate of step 1, this one, in a test tube and add a few drops of potassium permanganate solution acidified with dilute sulfuric acid. Color of the potassium permanganate solution get discharged. Nitrite. Take 1 ml of water extract in a test tube. Add a few drops of potassium iodide solution and few drops of starch solution acidified with acetic acid. Blue color appears. Acidify 1 ml of water extract with acetic acid. Add 2 to 3 drops of sulfonilic acid solution followed by 2-3 drops of 1-naphthylamine reagent. Appearance of red color indicates the presence of nitrite ions. So like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide also turns lime water milky, but carbon dioxide is colorless gas and sulfur dioxide has a characteristic smell. Now acetate. Take 0.1 gram of salt in a china dish. Add 1 ml of ethanol and 0.2 ml of sulfuric acid and heat. Fruity odors confirm the presence of acetate ion. Take 0.1 gram of salt in a test tube. Add 1 to 2 ml distilled water. Shake well, filter if necessary. Add 1 to 2 ml neutral ferric chloride solution to the filtrate. Deep red color appears which disappears on boiling and brown red precipitate is formed. So my friends, what is the chemistry behind it? The chemistry of the conformity test of carbonate, you see these reactions will happen. Your sodium carbonate react with sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate will form, and if you have calcium hydroxide, it react with carbon dioxide, it gives calcium carbonate. So if CO2 gas is passed in excess through lime water, the milkiness produced disappear due to the formation of calcium hydrogen carbonate which is soluble in water. So calcium carbonate react with water and carbon dioxide, it gives calcium bicarbonates. Test for sulfide ion. With warm dilute sulfuric acid, sulfide gives hydrogen sulfide gas which smell like rotten eggs. A piece of filter paper dipped in lead acetate solution turned black on exposure to the gas due to the formation of lead sulfide which is black in color. So Na2S plus H2SO4 it gives sodium sulfate in H2S and lead acetate H2S it gives PbS. lead sulfide, black precipitate. If the salt is soluble in water, take the solution of salt in water, make it alkaline with ammonium hydroxide and add sodium nitroprusside solution. If it is insoluble in water, take sodium carbonate extract and add a few drops of sodium nitroprusside solution. Purple or violet colorations due to the formation of complex compound Na4FeCNO6NOS confirm the presence of sulfide ion in salt. So Na2S plus Na2FeCN5NO, sodium nitroprusside, complex of purple colors. Now test for sulfide ion, SO3 2-. You see, on heating sulfide with warm dilute sulfuric acid, SO2 gas is evolved, which is suffocating with the smell of burning sulfur. So sodium sulfide react with sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate, water, NaSO. A gas turned potassium dichromate paper acidified with dilute sulfuric acid, green. So you can see the formula of chromium sulfate, which is green. An aqueous solution or sodium carbonate extract of salt produces white precipitate of barium sulfide on addition of barium chloride solution. Sodium sulfide react with barium chloride, it gives sodium chloride and barium sulfide. So this precipitate give following test. This precipitate on treatment with dilute hydrochloric acid dissolved due to decomposition of sulfide by dilute HCl, evolved sulfur dioxide gas can be tested. So you can see barium sulfide react with hydrochloric acid, it gives barium chloride, H2O and sulfur dioxide. Precipitate of sulfide, colorless, acidified potassium permanganate solution. Barium sulfide react with sulfuric acid, it gives barium sulfate, water and SO2. So 2-KMnO4 react with sulfuric acid, it gives K2SO4, MnSO4 and 3H2O and 5O. So SO2 plus H2O plus O, it gives H2SO. Test for nitrite ion. On treating solid nitrite with dilute sulfuric acid and warming, reddish brown fumes of NO2 gas are evolved. Addition of potassium iodide solution to the salt solution followed by freshly prepared starch solution and acidified with acidic and produce blue color. Alternatively, a filter paper moistened with the potassium iodide in a starch solution, a few drops of acetic acid turns blue on exposure to the gas due to interaction of liberation iodine with the starch. So sodium nitrite react with sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate formed, and nitrous acid give nitric acid, NO, and this NO react with O2, it give brown gas. So this is the also reactions, same as sulfonilic acid, you know, nitrite react with acetic acid, give nitrous acid, and this sulfonic acid react with NO2, give this product, and it react with naphthylamine and forming red SO dyes. So test for acetate ion. You have to sodium acetate react with sulfuric acid, it gives sodium sulfate, and acetic acid. This acetic acid react with ethanol, alcohol, it gives ethyl acetate fruity waters. So acetate give deep red color on reaction with the neutral ferric chloride solution due to the formation of complex ion, which decomposes on the heating to give iron third dihydroxy acetate as brown red precipitate. So this is the product, brown red precipitate. So my friends, I hope this video will be helpful to you. If you like this video, then subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching.